you're feeling stuck in life, I recommend that you take a few days where you do absolutely nothing and you just sleep. You just sleep, 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 and suddenly your mind just starts to clear up. Like, obviously you're still gonna have other thoughts and you're gonna have other problems, but man, that like sense of deep rest, I think a lot of people are lacking nowadays because we always want to sacrifice our sleep for something else. And even though that something else may be productive or good, so for example, studying or working out or, you know, making money, all of these things are great. But if you're always sacrificing your sleep for like, okay, 1 week, 2 weeks, a month, several months, years, then it starts to become a big problem. And you're no longer able to think clearly. Like, you don't even realize how messy your brain is. And the moment that you realize and you're able to come back to yourself through, you know, resting, and then suddenly you really just like, wow, you wake up and you're no longer in like this haptic dream state where you're just like going about life in a haze and a daze. And then suddenly you're able to do things that actually matter to you, and you're actually able to reorientate yourself and head in the direction that you want to go in. So for the love of God, get some sleep and get some good sleep. And it's quite difficult for some people, like for myself, who's like a go, 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 like productivity, everything has to be perfect, everything has to be great. And so it's really hard for people like us to get that good rest. And you know, sometimes it's like the only time we get it is when we're forced to, when we're sick. So I was sick for a week, and that's what's the thing that got me over the edge and to sleep more. But wow, like I feel reborn. I feel like a baby right now. I feel like I can conquer the world. I feel like Alexander the Great, something like that. What is this place? Getting a bit distracted. I kind of want to go here. I don't know. But yes, sleep, sleep, sleep. I think, you know, sleep. And then also like I reevaluated, you know, the food that I eat. I really want to eat healthier. Like, okay, you know, being so sick, it really makes you reevaluate all of your issues. And actually the sickness came from the lack of sleep as well. It killed my immune system basically. And this happened many, many times. As soon as I become really productive and really strict and aiming for my goals, I like, you know, wake up at 5:30 every day, and then, you know, I'm staying up late, and then one of the reasons I stay up late is because it's like the only time I get to chill, and I'm like watching shows and eating food, and you probably can relate. Well, you know that, well, yes, it's good in the short run, but I think like as a marathon strategy, like a life strategy, okay, yeah, just fucking sleep, man. A lot of people say like, oh, you don't need that much sleep to perform well. You just need like 6 hours. And well, that may depend on the person. I think in general, like, it's just not worth it. Like you see the people that sacrifice it, and they look haggard. They look like they're wrinkled like raisins. Like they're gonna collapse at any moment and deflate like a balloon. Like that's the way they look. And you know, actually, I think I'm in the wrong place. Huh. Anyways, yeah, so they look, you know, they just look kind of dead. And I don't think, like, maybe you should take time to evaluate your values and your goals in life. But I think one of them for me is like to have that like healthy state of body and that clear state like of peace and calmness within the mind. And one of the biggest contributing factors to both of those is sleep. Sleep will help with the body recovering, and then sleep will also help with the mind recovering, and it also helps with thinking because, you know, it digests all that information. And when there's information boom, where we're just overwhelmed by so much information nowadays, like we need that time for the brain to actually just absorb some of it. Otherwise, we're completely inundated. We're completely frazzled and don't even know what to do with this information, and it just comes in one side and goes out the other. Then it's just useless, right? Like information that is not implemented and used to change our behavior, well, then it actually served us no purpose, and it's either not going to be remembered is one, or two, it's just floating around and it does nothing. So you need that time where the information is adopted into your brain, into your framework and everything, and that is through sleep. Now, obviously, I'm not, you know, an expert, but I'm just speaking from my experience, and everything that I talk about is on this YouTube channel and wherever this is posted, is just about like what are the things that I'm doing to better my life? And this is one of them. So sleep is really high up there in the priorities. And so like, you know, if you have that like little bit of drowsiness, you're not being productive, you're just like laying around at home and like, you know, you have some work that you need to do, just lay down and take a nap. Honestly, like even if it's just 5 minutes, 20 minutes, or it turns out to be a 3-hour crash, okay, well then you know that your body needed it. And this is a better long-term strategy. Just listen to your body and get as much as you can out of it, okay? Like, don't push yourself so much because you will actually get more done in the long run by adopting this strategy than you will by, you know, trying to do these like constant bursts. And in like that low state, your productivity is not that good, you know? Like you are quote unquote spending hours and you're working, but you're not actually doing anything that productive. And then you also have backlash. So you actually, because you're tired, you will pick up your old bad habits, such as like overeating or staying up too late or some other bad behavior, drinking, something like this. So you will pick up those bad habits because of your tired state, your weak will. If you were fully rested, you would actually make better decisions. And actually one of my friends, he said something very interesting that's been stuck in my brain ever since. And he said something about, now, for example, if your friend invites you to go somewhere, a lot of times you may feel like instant anxiety and you don't want to go. But turns out that it's not that you don't want to go, it's that you are tired in that moment, and that's the reason you don't feel like you want to go. Because if you just imagine, if you were fully rested, you ate food, you caffeinated, you have no other stress or plans for that day, now would you go? Like, would that change your decision? And in some cases, yes. And in that case, if it is yes, then the real decision is that you want to go. It's just you are tired, and that makes you not want to go. And so you see, being tired or this state where you haven't been restful, well, then you can see that that is the thing that is causing you to make bad decisions. For example, not going out with your friends, or not going out on these adventures, or not going to a fitness class, or not going to a class at your university, or not going to work or teaching the students, something like that. You can see it all derives from the lack of sleep. So it's something that perhaps you should take more seriously, and something that I need to take more seriously and is struggling with. So I'm like lowering my caffeine and trying to drink like chamomile tea at night, and trying to meditate more and trying to be less stressed during the day and not have expectations so high, and all of these things to help like ease me back into like a restful state, and doing some things that are fun, which just like clears my brain, like watching some show or something, even though like this would normally go against my original principles, like, oh, I need to be a productivity king and something like this. I find now it's actually bringing more benefit to my life, and even now I'm recording this video and I'm only able to do this because I'm in a well-rested state. Even though I only slept a few hours last night, because I slept so much the day before and I took a nap during the day, I am in an okay state right now. And I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna nap before I have another casting and another job today. So all of this and this clear thoughts and my ability to speak to the camera right now, consistently, like just yapping basically, is because I am well rested. And so yes, get some sleep and try it and see how it goes, and really work on these keystone habits, the good ones, and then everything else will rise up and be boosted from that solid foundation. So get the foundation right first. Bye-bye.